And CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid joins us now. Paula, tell me, what happens next in this ruling?
Right now, it's back to business as usual. The Department of Homeland Security and the Department of State have told all their people on the front lines that they will no longer enforce this executive order. But the White House has said that they are going to ask the Department of Justice to file an emergency petition to allow them to continue to enforce the executive order, all these travel restrictions. So it seems what happens next? More change and probably more confusion.
Interesting. So what happens to the people? You said 60 to 100,000 people who had their visas rejected. How does this ruling impact them?
Well, this is considerable because there was a discrepancy yesterday between the State Department and the Department of Justice as to how many people were in this situation. Right now, as the judge's order stands, those people should be able to travel. However, the State Department specifically says that anyone who had their visa physically revoked may not be able to travel. And there's a little confusion right now about what it means to be physically revoked. Does that include the 60,000 people? As I noted, confusion abounds.
So it's still not clear then. And the judge, who ruled here, said the efforts to strike down the ban are likely to succeed. Do you think this goes to the Supreme Court? And if it does, how will this be argued?
It's very likely this could potentially go to the Supreme Court over the next several months. But they really didn't do themselves any favors in the drafting of this. As the judge pointed out, they're arguing this is national security, that the president is trying to protect the country. But there's a lot of aspects to this executive order that really don't support that. For example, if it was just about national security, the judge asked, why didn't you have some sort of provision protecting people who had helped the U.S. and had visas for that? Why are you still keeping out green card holders? And why are you blocking countries where there haven't been any terrorists who have come and conducted successful attacks? So the way they drafted it, it appears that they really weren't thinking 6-7 steps ahead to the Supreme Court, and therefore it is unlikely that this will prevail on the merits if it's the constitutional case that gets to the Supreme Court.
Paula Reid, thank you for following this, Paula.